So let me share with you this interesting story in Genesis chapter 30 to 31. So I'll just summarize everything, no? And the story is about kung paano siya binless ng Panginoon, paano siya yumaman, okay? So the backstory is, napunta siya kay Uncle Laban. Itong si Uncle Laban, kapatid ng kanyang nanay. Sabi kasi ng kanyang magulang, punta ka kay Uncle Laban. Habang mainit pa ulo ni Iso, baka mapatay ka ng kapatid mo, pumunta ka muna doon and we'll just call you back kapag medyo okay na lahat, no? Medyo okay na yung sitwasyon. So he goes to Uncle Laban at he worked for Uncle Laban. Ang sabi ni Uncle Laban, okay, ganun na lang. Para at least fair sa'yo, why don't you work for me? You tell me kung ano ang kabayaran and of course, babayaran kita. So sabi ngayon ni Jacob, I'm gonna work for you for 7 years for the hand of Rachel. Pumayag ngayon ito si Uncle Laban kasi type na type ni Jacob itong si Rachel. Mahal na mahal niya. Now after 7 years, instead na binigay sa kanya itong si Rachel, ang ginawa ni Uncle Laban, binigay sa kanya ang kanyang panganay na anak na si Leah na hindi naman type ni Jacob. Okay, so ginoyo siya in short. No choice itong si Jacob. Kahit masama loob niya, he worked for another 7 years, no, as agreed for the hand of Rachel. So that was a total of 14 years. During that time, of course, after nung nakuha niya tong si Rachel, nagkaroon na siya ng anak kay Leah, no, nagkaroon na rin siya ng anak dito kay Rachel. So total of 11. Pero wala pa kasi si Benjamin during this time, no? Kaya hindi pa 12. Now the thing is, because of Jacob, dahil siya ay nagtrabaho para kay Laban, yumaman ng yumaman itong si Laban. One day, he decided that, hey, I need to go back, sabi ni Jacob, no? So, as an attempt para hindi umalis ngayon itong si Jacob, itong si Uncle Laban, sabi sa kanya, since alam ko ikaw ang reason kung bakit dumadami ang aking ari-arian, yumayaman ako because God is with you, is blessing you, no? So why don't you tell me, ano ba yung wages mo? Ano ba yung gusto mong ibayad ko sa'yo? And I'll give it to you. So nagkaroon sila ng usapan. Sabi ni Jacob, bigay mo sa akin yung mga spotted, speckled stripes and yung mga dark color na animals doon sa flock. That's gonna be my payment. Yun na lang. No? And yung matitira sa'yo, no? Kung meron ka nakita sa akin na dapat sa'yo, ibig sabihin, ninakaw ko. Okay? So maganda yung usapan dito. Ang problema dyan, immediately after the agreement, itong si Uncle Laban, he goes through the flock and he takes away the spotted, speckled, the stripes, yung dapat para kay Jacob at inilayo niya 3 days journey away from Jacob. So ano matitira ngayon kay Jacob? Siyempre yung mga usapan na para kay Laban lang. So agrabyado ngayon itong si Jacob. Then, of course, ang ginawa niya, he applied workarounds. Ano yung workaround na yun? Kumuha siya ng mga branches from poplar trees, from almond trees, and from plane trees. Hinasa niya, tinanggal niya yung pinaka-outer layer para to reveal the white layer, no? Yung sa loob, yung puti lang na portion. So what he does is every time na mating season, ilalagay niya itong mga branches either doon sa harapan ng mga animals kung saan sila umiinom or I'm not sure kung binababad doon kasi the text is not so clear. But the point is, meron siyang ginawang workaround. And automatically, ang iisipin natin lahat, eto na naman si Jacob, dadayain na naman ng kanyang uncle. But I want you to remember this, no? Ito kasi kadalasan ang iniisip natin, no? It's as if na if we are to be considered faithful to God, it's as if that we couldn't apply workarounds para to work for our advantage din. No, we need to remember that this isn't some sort of a cheating na ginawa niya. Okay? And I do believe, as I went through the text from chapter 30 to 31, I do believe that this might be a workaround na binigay sa kanya ng Panginoon. I don't think he all of a sudden pumasok lang to sa utak niya, no? So the point is, he applied this workaround and it worked every time. It produced the kind of results that are favorable para sa kanya. So, masama na ngayon ang loob ni Laban. Okay? Masama na ngayon ang loob ni Laban at yung kanyang mga brothers-in-law may sinasabi na tungkol sa kanya. So he decided, hey, let me talk to the wives, no, para makaalis na tayo dito kasi mamaya baka ano pang gawin sa atin, no? So in Genesis chapter 31 verse 6 to 7, ito sabi niya sa asawa niya, "You know how hard I work for your father, but he has cheated me, changing my wages 10 times. But God has not allowed him to do me any harm." No? And here's the thing, hindi ito gawa-gawa ni Jacob. Kasi when you read further, malalaman mo na ito rin ang sasabihin niya kay Laban when he is confronted by Laban. Sasabihin niya to. At alam din ni Laban na dinadaya niya itong si Jacob. Okay? So, what we need to remember, the real reason kung bakit the work around work was not because it was some sort of a superstitious belief that he applied, o di kaya it was some sort of a visual aid na makakatulong dito sa in favor or in his favor. It's not all these things, but I think the reason is because he applied these things in faith. I believe na si Lord mismo ang nagpakita sa kanya nito, gawin mo to, and I'm going to bless you. Alam ko, dinadaya ka ng uncle mo, but I'm going to do something for you. In fact, nagkaroon siya ng panaginip, no? And you can read about that in the later chapters, okay? So the point is this, God is the one helping him all this time because God recognized yung ginagawa nung kanyang uncle. His uncle was taking advantage of him. And si God, ang gusto niya, makauwi na itong si Jacob because may plano siya para sa kanya. And he also want him to be prosperous. So every time this guy, his uncle, is working against him, God works against his uncle. No? So dito mo makikita, every time he changes the agreement, no? Itong si Laban, every time he changes the condition, God works in favor of Jacob. Kaya dumami ng dumami ang kanyang kayamanan. So I think one of the key takeaways dito sa story na to is this. While it is necessary to make sacrifices para maka-achieve tayo ng mga importanteng goals, objectives, but there are certain sacrifices that doesn't need to be made. No, faithfulness to God doesn't mean to say taking unnecessary abuses. No, these are especially true na kapag yung sakripisyo mo naman walang mapupuntahan. You don't profit from it. And I mean, you don't spiritually profit from it. At yung mga tao naman, hindi naman sila na-edify sa ginagawa mo. In fact, makikita natin dito sa sitwasyon ni Laban at saka ni Jacob that he is being taken advantage of by his father-in-law. No? And kung hindi pa siya umalis doon, masasayang lang ang oras niya. What will happen is that God's plan will be hindered because of his indecisiveness. No? All we need to remember is we need to be aligned with the will of God. Kailangan tayong sumunod, kailangan tayong maging obedient. And that is how we show faithfulness to God. And with that, God bless.